Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki. If you're clicking on this video, it's probably because you're very frustrated. You're frustrated because you've been trying to grow your glutes for like 45 years and it's not working. You've saved every single tip video, how-to video, every video with every exercise that's like, oh my gosh, this is the exercises you're not doing to grow your glutes. You're honestly to the point where you're just like, is this just the size of my butt? Is this like the biggest it's gonna get? And I'm here to tell you, wipe that ridiculous thought out of your head because there's always room for growth. And I'm here to help you get that growth. Every single centimeter, inch matters. So today I'm gonna be telling you guys 5 common mistakes that you're probably making that are keeping your glutes from growing. Quick background on me in 30 seconds, go. I was an athlete all my life. I played volleyball and track in high school, and then I went to college and did Division I volleyball at South Alabama, and I got my degree in exercise science and kinesiology. After that, I got my certifications and worked as a personal trainer for about 8 years. I did group training, online training, celebrity training, EMS training, the whole shebang. I switched careers about 3 years ago, but I still use my knowledge and my love for fitness to help me maintain and take care of my body and live a healthy lifestyle. First things first, because I have to say first things first. I don't know why that's my new thing. These are in no specific order. The last thing is the most important thing, and it's last only because it's a message that I have to give. I'm not just putting it last to get you guys to watch all and it's like some bonus tip that could have been the third one. No, it's really like the last thing I want to say. So you have to watch it till the end because that one is the most important thing when you're growing your glutes and honestly in your fitness journey. So make sure you stay to hear what that is. Or you can honestly fast forward to that and listen to it and use the little, do whatever you want to do. Either way, they're in no specific order. Mistake number 1, you're probably only moving in one plane. I wanted to just quickly explain what a plane is so it can make sense when you're picking your exercises. Because honestly, if you don't know why you're choosing the exercises, you're not going to be intentional about picking the exercises. So first, you have your transverse plane. Imagine a line cutting through the middle of your body and it separates your body into top and bottom halves. The movement that happens in this plane is rotational. So that can be your curtsy lunges. That can be Russian twists. It could be a lunge with a twist. Next, you have the frontal plane, cutting your body down the middle and splitting it into front and back halves. Now, to remember this, I think about putting a wall in front of me and behind me in that plane, so they're all going the same direction. And if you think about it, the only exercises you can do in that plane are side-to-side movements. So frontal plane, just think of a wall in the front and the back of you, and you can only do movement side to side, because if you try to go forward, you're gonna hit your head on the wall. Next plane is the sagittal plane. That one is cutting this way. That's the line is going straight through this way. If you were to take the same wall idea and put 2 walls on either side of you, the only movement that can happen in that plane is forward and backwards, because if you try to do side movements, you're gonna hit your head on the walls. Once you know what it is, you really just have to know the exercises and make sure you're hitting all the planes. Because you don't want to be working too linear, because if you think about it, when you're going through your everyday movements, you're not just walking forward. Sometimes you fall. Sometimes you have to get off the couch and you're rotating. Sometimes you have to lunge to the side. There's so many different angles that your glutes and your muscles are responsible for. So why would you just train it one way? That's silly. So if you're doing lateral lunges, hip abductions, squats, step ups, that's all different planes. And that way you're hitting all parts of your glutes, ensuring a more balanced growth. Next is neglecting form. I'm a stickler for form. If you're not connecting your mind to your body, literally what are you doing? And honestly, my thing is, if I am in the gym working out, and I'm thinking about something else, I'm not thinking about my workout. It is so important to have a mind-muscle connection when you're working out. 1, it helps you separate from everything in your life and you're focused on the actual workout, and a stress reliever indeed. When you have bad form, you're more likely to 1, get injured, and 2, you tend to build up a secondary muscle versus the primary muscle, which would be the target muscle that you're trying to work. So in the exercise of a lat pull down, your lats would be a primary muscle, and your biceps are a secondary muscle. So if I have bad form when I'm doing a lat pull down and I'm heavily using my biceps, I'm about to be swole in my biceps and my back isn't getting any exercise. So if I'm trying to do lat pull downs and I'm thinking I'm about to get an hourglass shape, and then all of a sudden I'm freaking Popeye with my biceps, you're gonna be confused and be like, these exercises aren't working. No, it's your form. So when you're training your glutes, make sure you can squat properly, you can do a lunge properly. Every exercise that you're doing, you need to be focused. First of all, don't be doing the exercise if you don't know which muscle you're trying to work. When you're putting together your workouts, do it ahead of time so you're able to visualize yourself doing the exercises if you're a beginner. A good way to make sure that you're having proper form is watch a video of somebody who has great form before you go and do your exercise. You could pull it up in the gym if you want to. Get in front of a mirror so you can see how you're moving. Even set up a camera. You don't have to post yourself every time you record yourself. Sometimes you could just record yourself to see what your form is looking like. So make sure you are not neglecting your form. Mistake number 3 is an inconsistent routine. Consistency is key. I don't even have to go into that. We all know that. It is proven in every way of life. An inconsistent workout routine is not going to provide results. When you're trying to grow your muscle, you want to make sure you're working out at least 3 times a week. So if I'm trying to grow my glutes, I need to be hitting my glutes in different angles 3 times a week, at least, if I want to see growth. Now, something is better than nothing. I know not everybody's able to make it in the gym for 3 times a week, but honestly, if you're trying to grow your glutes, it's what you gotta do. For a while, I was stuck at like 1 and 2 days a week, and we have a trip to Tulum coming up, and I'm like, girl, we gotta get the booty going. So 3 days or nothing. Find something that you can maintain. So I know I can at least get 3 days a week. Sometimes that may be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Sometimes it may be Monday, Wednesday, and it's supposed to be Friday, but something came up on Friday, so I have to work out on Saturday. That is where my flexibility comes in play with my schedule and my life, and I usually try to give myself no more than 2 or 3 days before I'm getting in the gym. That way I'm not stressed about like, oh my gosh, I have to make it in the gym Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I just say I have 3 days a week that I need to get. This is the week, and I try to just make everything flow. So that allows me to be very consistent. And I'm telling you, the more consistent you are, you will see, like, it's almost like your butt is a balloon, and when you don't inflate it, it deflates. That's it. Video done. Mistake number 4, not enough rest. This is my favorite rule because it's basically like you have to take a nap. Your muscles grow when you're resting. Like, you're not actually growing your muscle when you're working out. You're ripping it up. So if you're constantly ripping up your muscles, when are they gonna repair? Hit your days, make sure you have rest in between. Sometimes I may hit my hamstrings a little bit too hard and I can't walk. So I may have to take an extra rest day because it doesn't make sense me going in the gym if I'm still in pain. So make sure you're giving yourself whatever recovery you need. It could be an Epsom salt bath. It could be muscle relaxing creams. It could be a Theragun, a massage, eat a lot of protein. There are lots of things that you could do to help rest and recover faster and better, but that's not this video. On to the next one. Mistake number 5, the lack of progressive overload. Progressive overload simply is when you gradually increase the stress on your body during a workout over time. So say you're starting a new workout program tomorrow. When you go in, you are going to be tested by that workout. It is like an 8 on your scale of 1 to 10 of how difficult it is. And you feel like you had an intense workout for where you were physically at that time. Sometimes you may have the last workout you did was hard enough. You need to just replicate that a couple times before you increase or make any changes. You don't want to change things up too much too fast. So make sure and give your body time to adapt to the stress that it's under. A lot of times people think progressive overload is just adding more weight to what you're doing, but there are different ways you can increase the intensity of a workout. You can add more reps, you can add more sets, you can add in holds, you can add in a whole bunch of different stuff to increase the intensity of your workout. So sometimes if I'm doing my abs, and 1 week I'm doing sit-ups, and then the next week I'll do sit-ups with a twist. And then the next week I'll do sit-ups with a weight. Over time, I am increasing the stress of the sit-ups. So I'm still doing sit-ups, but I'm adding different variables that can make it more intense. Where we fall short is this last part, and that is failing to be consistent when it comes to pushing our muscles beyond their current limit. If you don't push yourself to the point where you're doing an exercise and you quite literally cannot do another rep, imagine it like a switch. If there was a switch that you had to flick on in order to get some growth and some gains, that switch is in that space where you can't do another rep. So if you never get to that space, then you're never gonna flip the switch on. So it's kind of like, you want a booty, you gotta come in here and get it. And that's deep down, because sometimes when I'm doing my Bulgarian split squats, I literally like have to go inward and flip the switch on. And I'm like, I'm gonna see this in the mirror when I go take my picture in 2 seconds. So yeah, that's progressive overload. Right. Let me get a sip for this last tip. The biggest mistake is comparing ourselves to somebody else. I don't know how many times I had clients come in and they're like, I want my booty to look just like hers. And I'm like, okay, it's okay for you to be inspired by somebody's body, but once you set their body as your goal, there's gonna be a huge disconnect when you're training. The confidence comes when you put in the work. If I invest time, hard work, dedication, consistency, discipline into my body, those things are going to change the way you look at yourself. Honestly, it'll adjust your goals to where you're not like looking at other people like, oh my gosh, I want her butt because I worked for mine. You don't have to wait till your body looks like your inspiration to feel good about yourself. It's almost like we all have a chosen donk and you have to discover it. And when you discover it, there is so much blessings in it. What am I talking about? It's the end of this video. Okay, so those are the most common mistakes that we usually make when growing our glutes. Keep in mind that there are many reasons why your glutes cannot be growing. Remember, it's about consistency, proper form, getting your rest, progressive overload, and adding variety. And most of all, don't compare yourself, because you are beautiful and you got a big old booty and it's beautiful and you better love it. Love it at all sizes. When your butt is small and when it's big, you need to love it at both times. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Also, don't forget to check out my other videos. I post a lot of lifestyle, fitness, vlogging content, family trips, work trips, that kind of stuff. So check out my content. I got a bunch of it and you will love it. I'm telling you, it's like a TV show. So don't forget to check it out. Go and implement these things into your routine and into your workouts immediately. And if you're not gonna change it, that's the question that you need to ask yourself. Do I really want a booty or do I wanna be lazy? And we're not lazy girls. You can't be lazy and classy. They're not in the same category and we're classy over here. On that note, I'm gonna leave because now I'm just babbling. So bye.